let's go live again. It's a little early. Figured we check this out. See if we could do this. Let's see if this thing goes up. Ah, it is receiving the content. That is great. Shout out to everybody on this early Patreon exclusive stream. Thank you for being here. For anybody who's going to be here, Adam Average Adam, actually awesome. Awesome name. What up, Joe and APS Army? Shout out to you. Thank you for being up in here. I see Andy over here waiting on a call for a possible job. Hope I don't miss much. Hope you get that call. Good luck with that, brother. Definitely rooting for you in that department. Go ahead, heart that joint right there. All right, I'm over here. Redskin Chris, what's going on with your brother? Shout out to you as well. Look, I know I'm looking really different right now. I just went and got a haircut a little while ago. This morning. I went and got a haircut this morning. I don't know what they did to me. They got me looking like One Direction over here or something. I ought to make a video about it. However, what am I doing here? Okay. However, I went back to the place where, what am I talking about? I went back to the place where I had a bad experience with these people. I told a story about going there. They're a great barbershop. They really do good. Wow. I just looked at my hair there. Let me check it. Boy, let me see what the heck is going on with my hair. What did this girl do to me? Okay, that looks okay, but that over there doesn't look so good. I'm looking kind of crazy. They got me looking like One Direction up in this piece. It had to be because of the conversation that I had with the woman at the barbershop. I'm going to share that with you guys in a minute. Adam says I should do video premieres. That actually is a really awesome idea. Pardon me while I got to text my wife back real quick. She wants to eat sushi tonight. Okay, baby. Heart emoji. You could have whatever you like. Shout out to the early afternoon Patreon exclusive live stream. I'm sorry this thing's kind of getting started like kind of rough, and we're going to get better. Trust and believe me, we will get better. God damn it. She said, really? Baby, yes. Sure, baby. Okay, cool. Sam, what's going on with you? Just to let you know that I went to Lid's hat store to buy a hat with the... God, why is my phone going off like this? Cool, thank you. To get a hat with After Prison Show written on it, and they said no because they got to get permission from you. Take them this live stream and tell them I said it's okay. Show them the clip from this live stream. It's totally cool. Got to get permission. You know what's funny is when I went and got the hat made myself, they asked me the same thing. They said, do you have permission? I said, yeah, I guess, I reckon I do. Awesome Adam says, wear something. And then you also say, you can chat with us when you upload the video. I am going to do that. I probably am going to do that if this goes till 3 o'clock. We've got today's video ready. It's another Bill Cosby video. I was talking about that on the Bobo this morning. To be honest with you, Bill Cosby, he's a hot topic. There's a lot of shit going on with this dude. And, I mean, it's a very hot topic. All right, I'm going to put my phone down. This is totally disrespectful to you guys. But shout out to you for rocking with me early on this. Joe D over here on Patreon. Hey, Joe, thanks for the Patreon stream. Definitely, brother. Thank you for rocking with me for as long as you have been. Hurricane down here in Florida. Mother Nature wins. My wife was on her way to Florida yesterday, and she made it to Charlotte. She was going for work. She made it to Charlotte, and then they were like talking about evacuations in Jacksonville. That's where she was going. So she flew home. She had to get a freaking $400 or $500 plane ticket because she had to get it immediately to come back home. And then this morning I had to go back to the airport to pick her luggage up. That was crazy. Sam says the guy at the store is an APS Army supporter. That's dope. Hell yeah. He knew what I was talking about. Dude, that's totally awesome right there. I also want to tell you guys, if you rock with me on Twitter or Facebook or anywhere like that, the RVA magazine interview just came out today. That was pretty cool. I read that. That was really good. They put it together pretty well. Super humbled by that for the fact that, you know, this magazine wanted to interview After Prison Show. I thought that was really cool. And I thought that it was well written. And check that out if you haven't had a chance to do so. I think it's pretty cool. All right, so there was that. Now, ironically, let me share this little barbershop story with you guys, because Joe kind of be Joe sometimes. So I go to the barbershop today, which is the same barbershop that I went to a couple of weeks ago, probably a month ago. I called them first. I said, hey, you guys busy? They said, no. They said, do you have an appointment? I said, no. I said, but are you guys busy? They said, no. I said, so I can come get a haircut? And they said, yes. So I go there, and they tell me that they can't give me a haircut because nobody's there to cut my hair. Now, it's the same girl who cut my hair the first time. She says, look, I can't cut your hair because I'm busy. I said, well, guess what? I'm busy too. But I just called you, and you told me over the phone that you weren't busy. So what's going on? Well, what's interesting about I ended up not getting a haircut from them because I didn't have time to wait. That day was the day that we were doing the RVA magazine interview. Ironically, today, I'm going to get my haircut, and the guy, John, texted me this morning during the Bobo and says that interview is coming out today. So I go in there today, and I shared a story with the woman. She said, hey, look, I remember you came in here that one time we were busy. I said, y'all really let me down that day. Y'all really let me down. Allow me to share a story with you real quick. I said, I want to tell you a story about U-Haul. And so I told her about the Danny situation and how when we went to go move Danny and the U-Haul problem that we had, I said, yo, I'll get you 15 Yelp reviews with 1 million subscribers. So I was kind of indirectly telling this woman, don't play with me. If I call you and you tell me that you're not busy and then you get there and you tell me that you are busy, don't do that. So when I told her this U-Haul video, this U-Haul story, she was cutting my hair, and I'm guessing that's why I'm now looking like Justin Fever. I don't know what she did. I guess it looks good, though. I look like I got brought back a little bit. And I tipped her well. The haircut was $30. I tipped her $30. Don't make me wait the next time. Don't make me wait. I'm a busy man. It's a hard job doing all this stuff. And I say that kind of being funny, but for real, I mean, I'm busy. Adam says the interview was awesome. Thank you for letting me know that. I'm glad you checked it out. Thank you for checking it out as well. Jeremy H., what's going on with you? RVAmagazine.com is the link to the RVA Magazine interview for anyone who doesn't have it. Thank you for linking that right there. I appreciate that. Sam says, so he knew what I was talking about. Well, that's good. I hope you're able to get that hat. Today I filmed a big-time prison story video. It's a long one. It's going to be a monster edit. I did that. I was going to do a responding to comments video and go in on some folks. I haven't got a chance to do that yet. I wanted to do this live stream with you guys first because I'm kind of dragging ass. My voice is kind of like I'm losing my voice a little bit. I ain't liking that. But I wanted to do this. This was super important. And I do apologize if when you're checking this out, you're checking it out later. I'm saying this for anybody who might not catch this live. But I'm sorry I missed you, I guess is the best way to put it. Kevin Harvey says, smash that like button, y'all. We got 9 people in here and 3 likes. What's going on, man? That's like the, I ain't tripping. I'm glad you're here. That like button has been smashed in spirit. So thank you for doing so. All right. What else? This morning we were doing the Bobo this morning, and then all of a sudden I thought I heard what sounded like thunder. It sounded exactly like thunder. However, it did not stop. And then I heard all of these loud pops, and I was like, what the hell is going on? I literally had to stop the Bobo. I want to share with you guys what happened. So I hear this crazy sound outside. Again, it sounds like thunder. It's like a long, drawn-out sound, a bunch of pops. I run outside in the midst of the Bobo. I see a guy standing outside. He's hearing this and looking, and I'm like, I look in the direction that he's looking, and all I see is a fucking mushroom cloud, like going up, like a billowing smoke going up through the trees. And I'm like, holy crap, like what happened? It looks like something terrible happened over there. And then I'm still hearing these pops, pop, 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 pop. And the dude's telling me, he's like, man, it sounds like something's getting shot up. So I run in here, kill the Bobo, grab the drone, fly the drone up, before I get the drone up, got to run back upstairs, grab a memory card, put the memory card in the drone so I can film it. Who knows what I'm about to see. I fly the drone up. I get it up pretty high. And then it tells me crucial battery level, crucial battery power. It does not have enough power to return home if I lose connection to the drone. This is a scary thing. I'm in the red, folks. The batteries have not been charged on the drone in forever. So I get it up as high as I can get it up. And way out there in the distance, past the trees. I can see some water. I can see a little bit of smoke somewhere near that water. I have no idea what's going on. I'm thinking that it was like a building getting demolished or something was getting blown up with dynamite. I have no idea. I know I don't got no like great footage of it. I didn't even want to fly the drone out because I was like, yo, if this thing loses connection, which it oftentimes does, it ain't coming home. When you get down to that crucial battery level, that means that it does not have enough power to return to home. And my worst fear flying that drone is that the thing falls out of the sky and hits somebody. You got to be super careful and responsible when you're flying that thing. Samantha says it was aliens. It very well could have been. Chris says just unloaded water and groceries. This hurricane is coming straight at us here in Florida. Chris, I did not know that you were in Florida. I thought that you were up in D.C. somewhere. Obviously, I have been mistaken. Well, now, yeah, you definitely need to get prepared for that thing. There's 2 more hurricanes out there that I saw, not near Florida, but they're definitely out there in the Atlantic somewhere. So that's pretty crazy. I talked about on the Bobo this morning, if you guys missed it, I talked about how I got a text from Danny this morning saying that Danny wants to talk. I haven't heard from him since, but my buddy Sean just called me a little while ago and told me that Danny told him that he texted me. So I guess he was probably trying to see had I talked to him. I haven't yet. When I do, I'll share that with you guys, let you know what's going on with that. Hopefully everything is cool. So there is that. Joe says, haven't been around every day. Did you do a review of White Boy Rick? Was it good? Should I go see it? So I'll give you the review. I did go see it. My honest opinion of the movie is it's a good story when you get to the end of it. The movie, however, is just kind of all over the place. You know, if you're not into, how's the best way that I can say this without sounding like a racist? If you're not into like the white thuggish type of dudes, you're probably not going to enjoy the movie. But it is a crazy, crazy story. It is a very crazy story. I don't want to give you any spoiler alerts on it or anything like that. I didn't particularly care for the movie, to be honest. It could have been done better, but I guess they had a lot of stuff that they had to fit into a small amount of time. I couldn't possibly imagine being the director of that movie myself, because if you're thinking After Prison Show video was long, this bitch would have been like the Titanic times 2. You probably would have needed 4 hours to tell this story. But if you look the guy up, you can definitely find out quite a bit about his situation. I don't want to give you any spoilers on it, though. Chris Moore, I'm from D.C. and Maryland, but I had to move down here to take care of my father-in-law. Well, it's crazy that you're down there in Florida and that they got that storm heading towards you. I hope anybody who's down in that area, Joe D., you as well, I hope you guys are safe for this thing and getting prepared. You guys probably deal with quite a bit of this type of stuff. Up here in Virginia, when hurricanes are approaching, it's like the end of days. Nobody knows how to act because we rarely ever get hit with them. And when we do, they're pretty catastrophic. So what else do we have going on today? Cody is in the midst of trying to get an apartment. He's already left for the day. He's going to do that. Dave has been sick. He's going to be back probably tomorrow. Filmed a video today. It's a prison story video. The raw footage of this thing is over an hour long. It is a very, very serious prison story that I share with you guys. Now, I've talked about it before in the past. Obviously, I have. But I've never told this part of the story, and I'm going to share a little bit about that with you guys. The title of this video, I've got a couple of different titles in mind. One of them was going to be I got caught with a knife in prison, and it saved my life. I got caught with something bad in prison, and it saved my life. Or the worst and darkest time from my incarceration is another idea. This story takes place during the first 2 years of my incarceration, which I consider the absolute worst time that I've ever had in my life. And I definitely talk about the fact that I was ready to kill myself. I really, really go into depth about that. And it's a crazy story. Now, I do try to throw some laughs and jokes in there, but it's hard to do that when you got a serious video. So we're probably going to get that video up within the next day or so. And that's about it for right this second. What else we got going on? That's really it. I don't have too much else. Again, with the RVA magazine thing, I thought that was super cool. I really did. The guy tells me, the guy's name is John, who did the interview. He came here, he interviewed me. Dave was here as well. Dave got interviewed too. He included a lot of what we were talking about in that interview. The interview is kind of all over the place when you read it because I guess when we were talking with this guy, we were all over the place. But one thing about it was he did tell us he was going to try to get it into the print issue of the magazine. To get into the print issue, I guess, is like a contest between the writers and the journalists. The best stories usually win it. I thought After Prison Show had a good chance for it. We didn't get that. We got the online magazine, which is still humbling and a blessing in itself. Now, he interviewed Reggie as well. So I'm hoping that Reggie makes the cut. I hope that he makes it into the actual print issue of the magazine. Chris asked, which pics did I end up sending? Yeah, so the guy texted me asking for pictures for the interview. Oh, I sent this dude every Rico Suave fucking picture I could send him of myself, selfies, pictures where I'm looking nice. I'm looking good. My Twitter profile picture where I got my bright pink Nike jacket on and my bright pink Air Force Ones. He didn't use none of these pictures I sent him, folks. He ended up just going and getting his own pictures. Obviously, he was like, yeah, that's not what I needed. So I did send him a shit ton of pictures, and not just pictures of myself. I tried to send him pictures of me and Dave and Cody together. There weren't many pictures of that. I sent him a mix of stuff. He used none of it. Scott says, what up, Joe? What was that explosion that you heard on the Bobo? So I was talking about that on here. Thank you for the dislike, whoever gave me that. Like that. Oh, God. But I was talking about it earlier, and I said that I ran outside, and it was like this loud, thunderous sound. It sounded like it was thunder. I go out there. There's a guy standing out there, and he's like looking over toward the trees. I look toward the trees, and I can see this big billowing smoke cloud. It almost looks like a mushroom cloud. And I'm like, holy crap, did like a plane just crash or something? Like, what the fuck just happened? Where did this happen? And then there were all these loud popping sounds that almost sounded like gunshots off in the distance maybe. Or like an electrical pop, something like that. Anyways, I run back in the house. I grab the drone. I put the memory card in the drone. I fly the drone up, but I don't have enough battery to take the drone as far as I need to. I do get high enough up to see where it is where this is taking place at, and it's way past the trees. There's like a little river, and I can see the smoke right there by the river, so I have no fucking idea what happened. I tweeted out that I think it was a building getting demolished, but there's no buildings over there. Maybe they were blowing trees up. I know they're getting ready to be clearing out a lot of land to be building some shit around here. Maybe it could be that. Samantha, sorry if I hit that dislike button. Oh my God, we've got 2 dislikes. Who just did that? I did it. I did it. Now I just undid it. Now I just added a like. Oh, this is a fun game. Dislike, like, dislike, like. I didn't know I could do that. I did not know I could like my own videos. I haven't done that in so long. But yeah, that's what it was. I do apologize for abruptly ending that stream. I went and got this haircut today. I was happy that I did that. Tipped the girl really well. She was nice. Super nice chick. It's all women who do this. It's a men's barbershop, and it's all women, and it's like a higher-end barbershop. I was put on to this place by a husband of one of my wife's friends. I've been there 3 times in total. I've had 2 out of 3 good experiences with this place. But they're nice. They're nice. The chick who cuts my hair, she's from Boston. She's a sports fan. You know, we get to sit there and talk about football. She knows about After Prison Show. She don't give a fuck about it, which is awesome. So I can literally just sit there and tell her about videos and shit. I showed her the video from yesterday about the chair. I was like, look, so yesterday I did this video where I was singing the song. I said, it's cool. You know, I get to be myself. I enjoy that. I really do. Shout out to the new Patreon up in here. I wonder if they're a part of the live stream. That would be kind of cool if they were. Their name is Gamaliel Thomas. I probably butchered that. If I did, I do apologize. Average Adam says, oh, and Samantha, no worries about the dislike. It's all good. You know you can undo it. You can undo it. Just to put that out there. I'll go ahead and undo my like as well. That's not accurate. Joe, what kind of YouTubers do you watch? I don't watch YouTubers. I actually despise and loathe most all of YouTube because I think it's just so fucking, I don't know. I don't really watch a lot of YouTubers. If I watch YouTubers, who do I watch? I I like Keemstar. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like Keemstar. I talk about him all the time. I really rock with Keemstar. I like his persona. He's cool. I know people said that I stole my dive intro from Keemstar. I didn't even know, like, trust and believe me when I tell you that the man says, let's get right into the news. I said, let's go ahead and dive right in. I guess I can see how that's kind of like similar, but I swear on my life, like I did not get that from him. When I started doing the dive thing, I don't even think I was watching him. And, you know, he shouted out After Prison Show before, so he shouted out After Prison Show when I proposed to my wife. So that was cool. I like Scares. Scares was rocking with After Prison Show long before I even knew Scares knew who I was. That was cool. Who else do I like? I don't know. I don't really know. You know what I like? I like seeing like the abandoned stuff. If I could do a different YouTube channel, I'll tell you something that I would love to do. I'm intrigued by stuff that is shut down and abandoned. And I know that's like super cliche and super played out. I'm sure there's tons of people who do that. But like I like seeing those videos about like what happened to Blockbuster, the rise and fall of Toys R Us, shit like that. I think is super intriguing and interesting. And I see that type of shit all the time around me. Sears, what happened? FYE, the music store, what happened? When I went to New Orleans like 6 months ago, there was right next to this hotel that we were staying at, and mind you, it wasn't a hotel, it was a motel. Me and my wife were staying at the worst place in New Orleans. New Orleans is a very, very bad area. It is a very bad crime, and shit that happens down there is bad. And we were staying in a bad area. It's a beautiful area. I love the culture down there. I love just the atmosphere and just the free spirit of New Orleans, the artsy, just the history. I think it's a very interesting and intriguing place. It's unfortunate that it's got so much poverty and so much drugs and so much crime, and it's just, you know, it's been victim of the Katrina and like scandals and just crazy shit. But anyways, we're staying at the Super 8. I booked this online. I booked the hotel online. I'm like, damn, this is Super 8. I know like Super 8's not a nice place, but the pictures on this thing make this place look like it's amazing. I booked it on Expedia, and like the reviews on it were great. Why when we get there, that place didn't look nothing like what the Expedia thing said? The pictures ain't match what we were seeing in person. They were doing construction. This thing was like a hangout for prostitution. I mean, it was crazy. But right next to that hotel, I got a picture on my Instagram of this place. There was this old abandoned hotel, which I learned was a Holiday Inn. And this place has been like this since Katrina. But on the hotel, like there was some graffiti. And it's not like regular graffiti. And mind you, this place is like overgrown. If you were going to film like an episode of The Walking Dead, this would be the perfect location to do it. This is what it looked like. But there was this graffiti that was painted on this building. And this type of graffiti is all over New Orleans. And what it is this huge block letters, like 10 stories in the air, completely across the one whole facing wall of whatever building. And you wonder to yourself when you see this, because it looks like it was meant to be there. But when you look at when I did the research on it, because as I'm seeing this, I'm researching it, and it just popped up overnight one night. One day it was there, one day it wasn't there, the next day it was. I can't remember what it said. It said something like read. It was just some simple thing. I'm going to try to find it on my Instagram. Adam says Philly D. I rock with Philly D. I rock with him. I got nothing against him. I like H3H3. I don't know who this is. Should I answer this call? I'm going to answer it. Hello? Hi, Joe. Yep. Yeah, you were calling in regards to who? Oh, no, Cody Reach. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, but I just know about Cody. Yeah, that's absolutely perfectly fine. Yeah, you can definitely do that. Yes. Yeah, it's all lowercase Joe P. Guerrero, Guerrero, the number two. Yes, the number two at gmail.com. All right, no problem. Bye bye. Well, that was interesting. That was a rental place calling for George, one of my employees, George. I'm like, who are you calling about? George? George Reach? I said, oh, you're talking about Cody. Oh, that must be his middle name. Yeah, Cody. Employment verification. You know what? Yeah. Hey, Joe, was it a bomb? I don't know. Kevin's talking about from this morning. This will be the third time. I walked outside. Long story short, I walked outside, popping noise, big billowing smoke cloud like through the woods. And there was a guy standing outside, and he was looking. He said, man, that sounds like gunshots. I ended up flying the drone up. I couldn't see too much because I didn't have a lot of battery. I saw a little bit of smoke. I'm thinking it could have been a building getting demolished. However, there's nothing but trees and water out there. So I don't know what they were doing. Maybe maybe it'll be on the news, and I'll be able to give you guys some further information. Andy, what's going on with your brother? Did you get the phone call? Kevin, getting that new apartment. Yeah, Cody's trying to get him a place. He needs a place to stay. So, and he's getting that. Cody makes damn good money. And he deserves it. Well worth what I pay him. And, yeah, he's trying to get a place. Joe D says, what do we got going on right here? Joe D says, dude, that was crazy. That was a crazy good trip. Oh, Joe better be at the front of the line from now on. At the front of the line from now on. I'm missing what you're talking about. That was a good trip. Jody also says, if you had $1 million, would you spend on state prisons? How would you spend that money? If I had $1 million to spend on state prisons, I don't even think that would be a drop in the bucket to affect anything on a nationwide level. But if it could, what I would use that money to do, because this is what I truly feel is the most precedent thing needed when it comes to reform, is hire more teachers inside of school. And I don't mean like school teachers. I mean job training teachers. Put more trades inside of these prisons. Give these guys something constructive, no pun intended, to do with their time. They do have trades in these prisons, in state prisons, that is. They don't have it so much in the federal system, from what I've heard. I don't know. I've never done federal time, thank God. But yeah, you got these trades in these prisons. You need more accessibility for the prisoners. You know, I got to prison. When I got to prison the second time, which was the only time that I went to prison where I had enough time to do this type of shit. The first time I went to prison, I only had 6 months left to serve. I didn't care about nothing. I was just in there being the most in the way, young. They're calling me back. Oh, fuck. I hope they ain't watching this live stream. Hello? No, you're good. Yes, ma'am. All right, no problem. Bye-bye. Oh, you don't know how to do my last name, huh? Great tip, not trip. Oh, you're talking about the movie. Oh, Joe, better have been at the front of the line from now on. Thank you very much. Thank you. But yeah, going back to the trade thing. When I got to prison the second time, where did I go first? I went to Halifax the first time, and they didn't have no trades there because it was a level 1. There was no trades there. So from Halifax, I ended up at Haynesville. Haynesville was a very weird place to be at. It was a level 2, but it was crazy being there. And I'm going to explain this to you. I don't know if I've ever really addressed this situation, but I need to address this with you guys. Haynesville has a reputation for the amount of sex offenders that they allow at this prison. You got to house them somewhere. And Haynesville, supposedly, I'd like to find out if this is a myth or if this is true, if there's any truth to this. But supposedly outside of this prison, there's a sign that says this prison houses 60% sex offenders. That doesn't even make sense that would be for real. That's what I heard getting there. And I saw sex offenders there. I saw them. And it was fucking nuts. I'm going to save that for a story time video. I was locked up with sex offenders. Woo! I was. I fucking was. And the crazy thing is, real quick, just to reiterate, just to further emphasize something about that, you don't always know who is a sex offender. Oh, he don't look like he's a sex offender. He don't look like he got no crazy charges. I can talk to this guy. I remember one guy in particular, a guy by the name of Jimbo. Tall, lanky, older than me, white dude who drew. He drew a lot, and he was good. He was really good. And he did I'm trying to remember what kind of art he did. He did like ink art, like ink pen, ballpoint pen art. And he was always drawing these pinup girls. And he was damn good at doing it. And he would take those and he would put them on handkerchiefs. Anyway, so I would kick it with this dude from time to time. We would talk about art things, and I would borrow art supplies from him. He might borrow some art supplies from me. Somebody came up to me one day and they said, Joe, do you know Jimbo is a sex offender? Damn. No wonder he's always sitting here drawing these half-naked women. But, that definitely impacted the relationship that I had with this dude. And by relationship, I just meant kicking it with him. Anyways, aside from that, I get to this first level 2. The point of it is the trade schools. Let's keep this thing about what it's about. So it's the trade schools. I haven't seen any of these comments yet. I'm going to get to them in just a second. At Haynesville, they had barber school, and they had a huge barber school there. You could legitimately go in there and get your barber's license, a license to cut hair. And dudes were doing this. This class was packed. They had a 5-year waiting list to get into this class. 5 years. I only had 5 years left to serve. I weren't getting in there. They had brick masonry there. There was a 1 or 2 year waiting list to get into that. They had some other stuff there. I can't really remember what else they had there. Probably 1 or 2 other trades, maybe just one. I don't remember. But there was always a long waiting list, and the reason is because they don't have enough people to teach these classes. So guys will get on these waiting lists, and then, maybe they go home before they get into the class, and they don't get any kind of helpful information. Shit, what time is it? Damn, it's 3:06. I'm supposed to upload a video by now, y'all. Y'all tripping. Y'all should have told me Joe was 3, but y'all ain't know. Let's go ahead and throw this joint up here. See how many dislikes we get. Ba 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 ba. Bill Cosby's first fight in prison. Straight clickbait. Not emotional. Yeah, I would spend that money to try to put more trades in school, in the prisons. All right. Kevin also says secret government testing. Andy says, yeah, man, dope job, but a $10 an hour pay cut. That's fucking crazy. Kevin says they should have something like Job Corps for the recently released. So here in Virginia, they do have something like that. They've got a big workforce building. And that's where we met Danny at. That's where they had the job fair at. I've wanted to go there. I've wanted to film videos there, but I've always been, I'm always on the fence about that type of stuff. In fact, it was almost part of the reason why we almost didn't go to the job fair where we met Danny. Because I say to myself, After Prison Show, we're the largest prison-related YouTube channel in the world. We are. I mean, that just speaks for itself. Doesn't really mean a whole lot. It should have some pull and some push behind it. And it does. We got a hell of a group of folks that rock with After Prison Show. We got 1 million subscribers. I doubt very highly each and every one of those people are still watching videos from After Prison Show. But it is what it is. That number should mean something. The problem with it is, though, as much as I would like to take After Prison Show and put it fully behind something in relation to reentry or shit like that, one, I don't have the time. That's a very selfish thing to admit, but I really don't have the time. And two, God damn, I do a damn good job of just berating, degrading, and just dragging through the mud the entire DOC. And I'm not really sure that they really are too interested to work with us. So it is what it is. Samantha says, I had a cellmate who was a sex offender. It was weird. I know they get it worse in dude prison, but still it was surreal. Kevin says, we got you live. Video can go up later. I just put it up now. Samantha also says, I got into carpentry class a month before I got released, LOL. And you know what's interesting too, just to continue on that real quick, some of the trades that they have in prison are like the dumbest fucking trades that they could ever have. And I'm not saying carpentry's dumb, but let me tell you what trade I finally was able to get, which I never went to. Because by the time that they gave it to me, it didn't matter. And there was no way I was about to waste my time learning something that I knew the chances of me using out here in the free world were slim to fucking none. And that was upholstery. Upholstery. Now, I know you could say, Joe, well, you could have taken the class, learned that, came home, upholstered cars, upholstered boat cushions, couches, things like that. I wasn't really like feeling upholstery. I'm not a sewer. How thug life can you be? How hardcore can you be when you're in prison and you're learning to sew shit together? I guess that's not really right to say, but anyways, it wasn't a trade that I saw any kind of real steam behind. I wasn't like thinking to myself, damn, I can't wait to get into upholstery so I can go home and be a seamstress or whatever you would do. There's not a lot of upholstery work out here, I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe there is. I mean, maybe there is. Maybe that's the reason why it's in the prisons, but I just didn't see that being something that was all that, it wasn't like a job that was like super needed. You know, you got to give prisoners trades that could, well, one, they need to be like, I don't think this is the right word, but versatile. Carpentry is a very versatile trade. You could take that, you could learn that and do a lot with that. Renovation work, straight up construction. I mean, just so much. Upholstery is pretty much like a one-way road. You sew. I guess you could use it to be a seamstress or, other things like that. Basket weaving was a popular one. They had HVAC. HVAC was a huge one at the last prison that I was at. However, you don't become an HVAC technician at this prison. You get a certificate that says that you completed an HVAC class, which I guess could be used to come home and continue your apprenticeship, your study of becoming a certified HVAC technician. I'm sure it could get you in the door. And don't get me wrong, there was a guy that I was locked up with, a dude by the name of Will, a guy that I was honored to have, a guy that I was proud to serve time with. He was definitely a stellar dude. This dude took that HVAC class. Guess what? Now he's got his own HVAC company. So there's definitely something to be said about that. Sam says, thanks. I'll be going back to the mall today or tomorrow. Shout out to you, brother. Hope you get that hat. Send me a picture when you do. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'm losing my voice. My throat is killing me. I need to save my voice. I'm also going to go respond to a couple comments on this video. I'm going to relax. I'm dragging ass. I'm tired. I want to thank you guys for taking the time to rock with me. I hope that this was enjoyable for you guys. And, just thank you for being a part of the Patreon. Thank you for being a part of After Prison Show. You guys, I consider you the elite of the APS Army if you rock with us on the Patreon. And that's why I try to do these live streams and other things as well. So just thank you. I'll be talking to you guys again tomorrow on the Bobo. I hope that you got the time to come swing through and kick it with me. But until then, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening, and I will talk with you guys again real soon. So yeah, thanks for rocking with me, and until tomorrow, peace.